This presentation is an analysis of Dylan Thomas's poems Fern Hill and Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night. Overview of Fern Hill. Winter is sometimes associated with death, and the poem takes place in the fall, which is just before winter. This reminds us of the theme of impending death. Shakespeare believed that each day we live is one step closer to death, which is also the message of Fern Hill. Summary and analysis of Fern Hill. The first stanza of Fern Hill describes the speaker playing as a child who is green, a color often associated with youth, and unaware of the passage of time. It is fall, which forecasts eventual death or the winter of life. There is also the personification of time as a man. In the second stanza, there are beautiful images of nature and unawareness of the passage of time as gold, associated with aging, being juxtaposed with green, symbolizing youth. The third stanza also foreshadows death as the child rides through life as he ages. The lightning or life will eventually disappear or life will go out. We see the passage of time through this stanza as well. In the fourth stanza, he mentions Adam and Eve, which of course hints or foreshadows death. The passage of time continues. In the fifth stanza, the son is being born over and over, representing the passage of time and cycles of life. The boy is carefree and unaware of his own eventual death. The images of green and gold shows that the young replace the old. Out of grace is another reference to Adam and Eve and the fall of humanity, which led to all of us having to die. The moon rising instead of the sun shows the passage of time as the boy ages, like the day becomes closer to night or death. The lines, "Time held me green and dying, though I sang in my chains like the sea," are very famous lines that the boy, and eventual man, was dying each day he lived his life, but was blissfully unaware as he was busy living his life. He sings like the sea, which is timeless, but he is not, as all humans are mortal. The first 6 lines of Fern Hill praise life at Fern Hill as a child, and the last 6 lines lament life because the speaker is older now and realizes that throughout his childhood he was actually dying, but was blissfully unaware of his mortality. The message of this poem is very ironic. It is ironic that we are unaware of our mortality and take it for granted until we are older and closer to death, and then we become more aware of our mortality and the shortness of life when it is too late to take advantage of every moment of life. Summary of Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night. Dylan Thomas writes this poem to his father as his elderly, now blind father is dying. In the first stanza, he tells his father that he should fight against death. In the second stanza, he says, "Wise men fight against death since they haven't forked lightning or made a significant contribution to the world." In the third stanza, he says that good men fight because they could do no more good. In the fourth stanza, he says wild men fight against death because they want to enjoy every moment of what life they have left. In the fifth stanza, he says grave men, or elderly men, fight death because as they become blind, as his father did later in life, they become like prophets, seeing more than most people. In the sixth stanza, he tells his father not to give up and to fight until the last possible moment of life. Analysis and form of Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night. Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night is a villanelle, which is a 19-line poem with 2 rhymes throughout, consisting of 5 tercets, or a set or group of 3 lines of verse rhyming together or connected by rhyme with an adjacent tercet, and a quatrain or 4-line stanza, with the first and third lines of the opening tercet reoccurring alternately at the end of the other tercets, and with both repeated at the close of the concluding quatrain. The villanelle form is an appropriate form for this poem, since he is writing this in memorial of his dying father, because it is a very difficult form of poetry and he wants to make the most of his father's life. His father was a poet and was elderly when Dylan Thomas wrote the poem. His father is represented by the grave or elderly men in the poem.